save it for.
Oh, is there educated guess?
Nah.
Oh, flopping and popping. Hey,
100%.
Yeah. Well, we're getting into it right now. So is it? Oh, but obviously, if it's the flopping, we normally do popping first. Do you want to just do flopping and if it's
let me carry on.
Go straight in.
Yeah.
Okay, next topic. Flopping. Who's flopping? De'Aaron Fox is flopping for you this week.
I know. Okay, when you're an NBA fan and you don't watch just a couple teams that are popping, you watch the whole league. You have your eyes on certain players. You have your eyes on like
household names,
Jaylen Browns, like the players that people don't
don't put on Instagram.
Yeah, and like you said, household names, guys like who aren't household names. And the player I've looked at for a few years.
Looked up to? Is that what you about to say?
No, not looked up to. Go get the hell out. Now, a player who I've watched for like the past few years has been De'Aaron Fox because he came in with Lonzo Ball and he was like, he dropped 40 on Lonzo Ball in college. I was like, let me always watch De'Aaron Fox. You know what? You can tell he works hard because year by year he's got better. Last year, quietly, bro, again, he averaged 25 and 7.
Oh, very quiet.
Those are good numbers. So I'm thinking about, De'Aaron Fox again, bro. Most people will probably say that Harrison Barnes has probably been the best player on the team.
Yeah. He's not meant to be, though.
That shouldn't be the case.
Yeah, he's
so I put him on my flopping list. I think he dropped 37 in one game there, but against the Spurs. But I put him in my who's flopping list because when you get to that 25 region, consistency is key. And he's in the start of his career. Still at the start of his career. I'm not sure if it's to do with Luke Walton. I'm not sure if, he's feeling what everyone feels who's ever played for that franchise, which is I need to get the hell out of it.
I need to get the hell out of Sacramento
at some point. And you know it's sad because you do want to see.
They've had some. You do. They've had a few players that fit into Tyreek Evans and Marcus Cousins are the two names that come to mind straight away. But
yeah, so I put him in my who's flopping list because it's not the same as last year. He's averaged down by like 6 points, bro. Like,
that's a lot. It's
a lot, bro. But, and shooting splits haven't been as great. So De'Aaron Fox, you made my who's flopping.
All right, so going to who's flopping. This one I know is gonna make you laugh, and I've sort of what's the word? I've sort of like not actually stuck to the exact guidelines of who's flopping. But I needed to bring it up, and this was the only way I could think to bring it up in the episode and have it fit in with our structure of our episode. So for me, who's flopping is the entire Atlanta Hawks roster, right? And the reason for that is,
bro, it's okay. Just so before you go, literally, it's hard to put this after they just beat the Bucks and
they just beat the Bucks and Trae Young dropped 42. That's fine. That's fine. That's one of my points, so don't worry about it. I haven't. So like I wrote my notes. I did write my notes yesterday and I got finished.
Kamsi, do your thing. Sorry for interrupting you.
But first of all, is that even allowed? Rules of the pod. It's meant to be who's flopping. I've got the Atlanta Hawks roster. Is that allowed?
Rules are meant to be broken, bro.
Right, so basically, Atlanta Hawks roster. I can't call. I can't call it Atlanta Hawks. I have to say the Atlanta Hawks roster. The Atlanta Hawks roster is flopping for me this week. They lost 3 out of 4. Obviously, they beat Milwaukee. Trae Young dropped 42, as Professor just established. And they lost to Golden State, Utah, and Denver. Another 3 teams. They're in the Western Conference. They're in the same category of what I was explaining for Portland. They're the sort of teams that they're going to make the playoffs. There's a high chance for me that Golden State is going to make it to the finals. So if you're in the East, you could be looking at your finals matchup. Atlanta Hawks want to talk all the smack from last season. Bring it into this season, off season. That's fine. There's no problem with that. There's nothing wrong with a bit of excitement and hope. Yeah. Bit of wishful thinking. They thought they were going to do it again, right? Yeah. I'm telling you right now, you're not doing it again. And the reason why is because when I say the whole roster, I'm not picking on individual players, but it's all well and good. Trae Young dropped 42. They beat Milwaukee last night. That's fine. Trae Young is not dropping 42 every night. Right, so that can happen a few times in the season, and you can get dubs here, there. But the key to being a successful franchise, successful team, is consistency. It's consistency and the ability to beat most teams that are put in front of you most nights.
Let me devil's advocate you for your point quickly, then you go on for the rest. If I was an Atlanta fan, I would say, no, Mr. Clumsy Elf, no. Because last year we didn't really start off great. We didn't. Yeah, but then when we got Coach Nate McMillan, after he left the Pacers, we went on a run, and that run took us all the way to the conference finals.
Yeah, that's fine.
So maybe we don't need to be consistent at the start.
That's fine. But the reason why it's the whole roster, That's why I didn't pick Trae Young, because I'm not saying he's flopping. That's not what I'm saying. The reason why I'm picking the roster, I'm going for all the other players, right? Because what I'm trying to say is that when you've got a player that's a guaranteed 25 a night, right?
Yeah.
All you need to be a very successful team is another player that can guarantee you 20 points a night. And on that team, there is no player that can guarantee you 20 points a night, right? There's a few players that one night it might be John Collins. Yeah. Then I'll check the box score the next day. Oh, it's Herter this tonight. Oh, the next game is Clint Capella. Do you see what I mean? It's like when it's hit and miss like that, technically, if you've got 3 players that can do it, you would feel like you have more chance, but that's not the case. You need consistency. And I feel like Atlanta doesn't have that. Once again, plug in the off-season preview. We brought that up in the off-season preview. The East, a lot of teams have got better in the East. I can name you 3 teams right now that one either got better or are doing better than we thought they would have done. Washington Wizards, Cleveland Cavaliers, and Chicago Bulls, right? Chicago Bulls have got better. Cleveland are doing much better than we thought they were going to do, I'll be honest. And so is Washington Wizards, right? So that's already 3 teams that are already above you. So you need to bring your A game. And for me, the roster's just not bringing it. And they're being exposed for the thing that we said, which is they didn't do enough off-season transactions to compete with the Eastern Conference this year. Because when you're talking about Sacramento Kings, you're talking about the Kings, the Spurs, OKC, Minnesota being the group. I would have put the group of Atlanta, Washington, Cleveland, and last season Chicago, and the other teams in that group have got better. You can't be in Eastern Conference last year. I know it's only week 4, and I've already said week 4 doesn't matter. But you can't be in Eastern Conference finals last year, and it's week 4 going into week 5, and you're 13th seed in the East. You need to either. I'm not saying it can't be changed. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it can't be fixed. What I'm saying is, it's not right though. Something needs to change.
And I always stand by it, right? From what we said in off-season preview, Atlanta's weirdly in my head when I look at that team and that roster. They're the one team that I feel like have the ability to be like 4th in the East.
Yep.
But I could also see them going like 11th.
Yeah.
Or 12th.
And that's what we're seeing. And that comes down to the fact that it's possible. I'm not trying to hate on Atlanta. It may sound like I am, but I'm not. Atlanta fans, I'm not trying to hate on you. I'm just saying you need consistency from the rest of the players. Otherwise, Atlanta, and I'm sure that we've mentioned this before, it's going to turn into another Portland Trailblazers team where Trae Young becomes Damian Lillard, and it's just one player trying to carry a team that's not consistent. And we've seen it happen before, and I can imagine it happening again. But for me, that's who's flopping for me. Potential deadlift Trae.
Boy.
Ooh, anyway,
because we started on the flopping.
That was a double negative. Let's bring it back.
Negative. Sorry,
let's bring it back to positive. Let's bring it positive. Who's popping for you, Professor?
Who's popping? We left him off this, but we could have actually put him on this list every week.
Oh, we got the same. We got the same. I'll tell you for a fact. I know we got
Steph
the same.
Curry.
Yeah, Steph Curry. 100%.
Yeah, bro. I'm sorry, you can't drop 40 and 50. And I don't put you in the popping list.
Yeah, you're definitely popping.
I'm sorry because for 1 second, I don't know why, I was tempted to put Andrew Wiggins in a little bit because I feel like he's had a bit of a resurgence this week. But
yeah, because he had a good start, good 2 weeks. He flopped in week 3, and then he's come back in week 4, innit?
But it'll be
no, you'll be silly. You'll basically be trying to pick someone that you think other people haven't picked. It's obvious it's Steph Curry. It's definitely Steph Curry. And like you said, we could have had him on every episode, but we've held out as long as possible to show that we're not trying to jump on bandwagons. But sometimes it's Steph.
yeah, you gotta go for it. Like
he's looking so elite, fam.
And he's taking the number 1 spot now, isn't he?
Oh yeah, most threes of all time. And I saw another stat for him as well. That was a player that has 9 or more threes in a single game. He has 36, and then I think the person who's second on the list, I think it possibly James Harden, or James Harden was on the list anyway, had like 9. He's winning by 27. He's ahead by 27 games.
This guy's different, bro. He can score in literally
any situation.
Every type of way. For someone who's not a big guy, he's so good driving to the paint. He gets so much space because he's a threat from everywhere.
Yeah,
he's actually a walking threat. Like it must be a nightmare trying to defend this guy. because he's gonna.
He'll cook you.
If he gets you on the switch on the pick and roll, he's gonna cook you on ball. Then if he's still guarded by the guard,
he can still
cook
you.
You're gonna run through so many screens. He can embarrass you off the ball and on the ball.
But it's not even that. It's the fact that you can put in 23.7 seconds worth of defense and think, and they'll just still drop a free or layup or whatever. For me, I feel like he's kind of KD, the snaky man, is lucky that I thought that Kyrie is out and he's stepping up a teeny bit more than he might have if Kyrie was playing. Because for me, Steph Curry by the end of the season for me is going to be MVP and scoring champ
over KD.
Yeah.
KD's been different though.
Yeah, but I know.
Once again, when I look at this year, how unfair was it that them two on the team with a healthy Klay Thompson, a younger Andre Iguodala, and a Draymond Green in his prime? That was unfair.
And what? Chris Paul couldn't go to the Lakers. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, let's move on. Anyway, Steph Curry.
Yeah, Steph Curry, man. You're popping. Not much to say. He's popping so much.
Everyone should already know, but it's no point in us bringing up stats. Anyway, next section.
You dropped a historical stat and it doesn't even
really mean anything.
Yeah, everyone knew he was going to get it. Now he's just running up the stats and do your thing, Steph Curry, my guy.